Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We're going to do a fun little project with watermelon slices. I'm going to show you how to make this, and this is going to be for a project that I do coming up. So let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is cut out my square out of styrofoam, and I have a little template here. Let me measure this for you so you know the size. Let's see. It's about 5.5 long and about 4 3/4 wide. And you just kind of want to slightly round that top piece there. So this is, I think this is 1 inch thick styrofoam. And I'm just going to put it on here. Mark it out with my Sharpie. Again, doesn't, like with my other videos, this doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just use a knife that I have designated to cut styrofoam and stuff. So let me get this cut and I will be right back. Okay, so here we are with the piece all cut out. As you can kind of see, the edges are a little rough. So what I want to do is just kind of sand them down a little bit. I've used sandpaper before, and I have found really though a pumice stone is the easiest to do. Now normally I would not be doing this over my workspace, but for the purposes of showing you, I just wanted to show you how easy it was to use this. And within a matter of a few seconds, you have it ready to go. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so we're ready to take the next step and put some fabric on it. This is just red felt, and this size is about 6 by 10. And all that I plan to do is kind of, I want to cover all of it. And I want to make sure that my pieces in the back are able to come together, which they do. So, and I want to make sure that this is going to be covered, which it is. Okay, so now I have hot glue. It's Gorilla Glue. I'm not putting a ton of glue on this, a little bit. And then I'm going to smooth it out. You could use, what is that? Mod Podge. That's what I wanted to say. You could use Mod Podge and that would work fine too. That just takes a while to dry, and I'm just not that patient. So I'm using hot glue. Again, just putting the hot glue on there on the side. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side. These are so easy to make, so easy. I'm gonna smooth that out. Like, I feel like I put just a little bit too much hot glue right there, but that's okay. Now, how are we gonna make this back come together? Let me show you. I'm gonna get my Sharpie, and I'm gonna go kind of right down the center. Doesn't have to be exact. Just going to be down to the center. I'm going to put this side in and kind of fold it over to the center, and then I'm going to just mark my fabric roughly where I want, or where that center line is. Okay, now I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut on that line. And as you can see, that folds pretty much right into the center. So add some hot glue. Okay, so we want to match this side up too. I'm not super worried about what the back looks like because in what I plan to use it for. The back you aren't going to see, but I would still like for it to be nice. So what I'm saying is I'm not trying to get it perfect because you're not going to see it. I'm just, okay, so let me show you what I did. I basically went into that center line and then I folded the fabric back. And I'm again going to take my Sharpie and just lightly go down that center where I want to be. Get my scissors and cut that off. It is lapping over a little bit, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it because, like I said, you won't see this side anyways. Okay. All right, now we need to finish off the bottom. This is a little bit trickier. Again, probably not going to see this area a lot, you know, in my design, but I want to just barely fold this side over. So I want to cut a little piece of this off. Always gets a little scary cutting when you're doing this part because you don't want to cut too much. I'm going to put a little glue in there. Trying really hard not to get glue on my hands. And then, let's see. I think what I'm going to do, cut this off. And just put just a tiny bit of glue there and glue that down. You have to be careful here so you don't get glue on your fingers. Then you can either trim that excess fabric there or just push it down. Hold that in place just to make sure we have it for just a minute. Okay, so let's go back to the top area here. I'm just going to cut this off, both sides. I have a little bit extra there, so I'm going to cut that off too. Okay. Now it's time to get the green fabric, which again is going to be felt. This piece of green fabric, let me tell you the measurements. It's 3.5 by 7. Of course, you might need to adjust this if you're making a different size or if your, if your foam is thicker or thinner. I'm thinking, let's see. When I made this one, I feel like it's almost a little bit too thick here. So I think I'm going to try to make this one not as thick. I need to center it a little bit better. There, I think that's a little better. Maybe not, maybe about the same. So what I'm going to do is just put a little glue through here. A little bit down on the red. Push it down. Glue the top. And then I'm going to glue the back. Okay, now we need to finish off the edges. Now I know how I did the other one. I think I'm going to do it the same way. Basically, I'm going to cut some of this excess fabric off just in this middle section here. Oops. Now I feel like I've cut it a little short. I think it's still going to work. Just putting a little glue there to try to get this down a little bit. This is my thought, is then this is going to go over. So I need to do a little something with this. I need to cut some of this off. So I can, this is the back side that I'm gluing now, trying to get this back edge taken care of. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just going to put some glue in this area. All right, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. It's down a little far, so I'm going to take off a little bit of that. So you can always cut a little bit and then take a little bit more off, but so I'm just trying to take a little bit off, and then I can always take more off if I need to. This side is staying. Remember, this is our back anyways, so if it's not going to look good, I want it to not look good back here. Okay, so I'm going to again get this back edge glued. The idea is to have it glued in just a tiny bit over the edge, so I don't need a lot of this excess. Got to be patient and let it set for a minute. Patience is not my strong suit, guys. You guys, I had to get all my nails taken off today because I have something going on with this nail. So I am missing my pretty nails, but gotta get my real nails healthy here before I can get my pretty nails put back on. Okay, and now I'm just gonna glue this back. Needs a little more glue there. This project comes together really quickly. So this is what it looks like at this point. Now I have some rickrack that I'm going to put on there. If you don't want to do white, you could definitely do green or red. I'm just kind of measuring it out about how much I need, and then I'm going to cut it off. Okay. And just going to start gluing on the edge. I'm just gluing the very bottom of the green. I just want that rickrack to be up high enough to cover the bottom of the green. That finishes off that edge so nicely. You guys hear my dog snoring? If you've seen my other videos, you know she snores. All right, and we're just gonna finish it up on the back. You wouldn't even need to do it all along the back if you really didn't want to. Unless if you're gonna see it. Oops. Okay, get all those little stringy glue pieces on glue strings, that's what they are. Oh. Okay, so here we are. All we have left to do is add our seeds. And going back to black felt, I've already cut some out. I found when I was making the seeds for this one, I personally liked them a little bit bigger, but you know, of course you can do whatever you like, whatever you think looks good. So this is just, you know, try and see. I'm going to do 5 for this size. You can make like a big half moon size with the same idea. How cool would that be? I have so many thoughts of how I want to use this. So you'll have to come back tomorrow or watch the next video to see how I use it. We'll see what I decide to do. But these would be great centerpieces, you know, just setting in a bowl. Wreath as a wreath attachment. Let's say you're going to have a little get together, a little party. You could use them as decor. So cute. Let's see, that looks a little wonky. Still looks a little wonky. Does anybody else do that besides me? You're like, okay, let me fix this too. Still not getting it right, guys. All right, gonna do a new one. Okay, so now I'm gonna arrange it on my watermelon. So once you get them arranged on there, the felt on the felt keeps them right in place. And I just put my finger on the bottom of it, and I could put just a tiny drop of glue onto the back. Then you can put it right into place. Makes it very easy. All All right, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed learning how to make these. You could do these in pink instead of the red. That would be super cute. Just so many options that you could do. There we go. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.